one other really cool piece that I was talking about. One of the college players who played in the Futures League finals the other night, and he asked me, he goes, "What did you think about when you were in the batter's box?" And I said, "Do you mean pre-pitch or during the pitch?" And we were talking about the pre-pitch stuff before, and I told him that I'm weird, and Bobby, you and I have talked about this. Return of the Mac was my walkout song. I sang Here Is Gone by the Goo Goo Dolls as I was listening to Return of the Mac when I walked up. And then when I'd get in the box, I would sing Don't Forget About Us by Mariah Carey. And it's just a weird combination of things. So he asked me, and all my thoughts about hitting, about actually what was going to happen in the at-bat, happened between the time that I put one foot in the box and the time I was out of the box. Like, you finish the pitch before, whether it's a swing or a take, take your deep breath, whatever, and that's when I would process my information. But when I was in the box, it became about singing a song. And the reason I said to him was because I needed to distract myself from being able to have a bad thought or a negative thought or anything that would change my conviction about what was about to happen, right? So if I just told myself, all right, here's your heater right here. I used to say that one a lot. Here's your heater. I'd get to a plus count after a guy spun a breaking ball and he bounced it. I'd say, here's your heater. You're going to get it. And
what was his, when he asked you what you were thinking about, what was the time frame that he was talking about? Was he talking about?
Well, I asked him, I said, are you talking about pre-pitch? I said, are you talking about pre-pitch or during the pitch or what? He actually said, while you're in the box, like while you're getting ready to hit. And I explained the singing thing to him, and he said, oh, that's cool. He goes, I tell myself, see the ball, see the ball, see the ball, see the ball, see the ball. Just repeat it. And then he asked me, he said, do you think I should start singing? I said, this is yours. This has to be yours. I can tell you what I did, but you have to do your thing, right? You have to do what is you. Don't sing because I sang, right? I mean, try it.
There's no harm in trying it. Yeah.
Exactly. But that's such a personal.
We to go back to like routines. Like, you got a guy like Nomar who used to tap his, fix all his stuff and then tap his shoes. And like, he's a fidgety kind of got to be moving type of guy. The whole concept of what were you thinking about in that moment. One of the stories I told on the podcast was how you and I were talking mechanics in the clubhouse in 2016. And one of the veteran players stopped us, like, because we weren't allowed to talk about mechanics. So the story you just told about the Dodgers player is interesting. And now we're talking about thinking in the box. You got to think about something, sort of. And if you ask me, like, what were you thinking about? Like, what was I thinking about in the box? Like, my initial reaction is I have no idea, because I don't think I was thinking about anything. It was more shutting everything down and just seeing the ball. If I was thinking about something, you ever like try to look at release point?
Yeah.
And then you get so messed up because you're thinking about where you're seeing the ball, right, instead of just letting it happen. If I ever thought about seeing release point, I had no chance of timing the pitch. It's like, if you think about breathing, you stop breathing. Have you ever done that? Like, hey, think about your breathing. You're like, nope, not breathing. So you have to not think about stuff to allow your, subconscious mind to really take advantage of the moment and be in your senses and not be in your analytical mind. That it's like high level type stuff right there, but like, you have to stop thinking so that your body can respond. And for me, it was like establishing my sights, understanding what pitch I needed to be looking for, what plane. I was setting all of that before I was like hands back, ready to see the pitch. Like, you can't be thinking about that as the ball's coming out of the hand. I will say that as the pitch was coming in, I would have thoughts about, like, if it's a breaking ball, like staying back, fighting through, like trying to like really work inside and stay through a pitch, not getting beat, like those little micro moments of time where you're not allowing yourself to roll over. You're like keeping the barrel through the zone, fighting to get on top of a pitch. Those things happen. And for me, it felt like those were thoughts in the moment. I had a couple times. I remember one time in particular, this is a weird story, but I played at Doubleday Field in Cooperstown. It was, I was leading off the game. I was like 14 or 15. I was like a guest player in some tournament up there. And it was like the opportunity to play a Doubleday and go to Cooperstown. Like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I got a 3-0 pitch. It went 3-0. And the next pitch was a fastball that was like shoulder high. And as the pitch was coming in, I was like, man, like this whole monologue happened in my head. Like, man, this sucks. I'm going to walk. Like my first at bat in Doubleday, I'm going to walk. Screw it. I'm going to swing. And then I hit a double, like short hop the wall and left. But this whole like thought process of like, I don't want to walk my first at bat. Like, should I just swing? Obviously I didn't say all of those things. We don't have time for that. But my thoughts, all of those things occurred within the span of pitch recognition to contact. And then I don't think I really realized what happened until I got to second base, but your brain works really, really fast if you allow it to. And if you're thinking consciously, like, I got to do this with my hands, I got to get my foot down, I got to see the pitch, you're screwed if you do that. You have no chance.